Tick Pick on the track.
Many fantasies are being transformed into reality by modern science.
Never let excitement make
What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well tonight. If you are okay, let me see the likes and the hearts. Let me see everything populate and percolate as only it can. Oh snap! We got an interruption. My bad. Hold on. We got an interruption. Got an interruption. Sometimes you gotta hit people with some steel chair shots. Yeah, I mean, give yourselves a round of applause as we are in the building tonight. And tonight might have a little bit of a different feel to it. We're not gonna do the one-hitter quitter. I don't think I will be up here long tonight. Not really sure how I feel. And you see the topic, so we're going to talk for a little while. And we're going to have a good time, but tonight's going to be a little bit more transparent, as you see. Kind of changed my outlay. I can't lie, I don't really like this at all. I don't like it. So change it. I'm sorry, folks. Second. Still a little bit. There we go. Get back to the square. Sorry. I had to do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Yeah. Had to, because at the end of the day, right now, y'all ever know, like, you ever have a bad day? Like, don't worry, we're gonna get into some of the introductory things. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the introductory things. But as we just sit there and everybody gets in, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's had a great day. If you struggle to make it through your day, well, you're here now. Hopefully we can talk and relax. And I kind of just wanted to pour out. I don't know if I want to say my heart, but definitely wanted to talk to everybody just on a more candid vibe tonight, and really maybe bear my heart on a couple of things. I'm not sure. But we'll see where we go from here. I hope everybody's doing well, and I can't complain. I had a great day, but as only we can, and as only we should. Your host, Conrad, here in the building. We are Darealreel, where we are real people having real conversations about real things, coming live to you and yours from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. If you're watching, whether you're in the building now or you're going to be in the building later, wherever you are, give yourselves a round of applause. And we just want to thank you all for being here and rocking out with us. And as you know, as we go through today, hope everybody's doing well. And just remember, you can find us on your platforms. I don't want to say your favorite platforms, but you can find us on your platforms, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, X, Threads, Instagram, YouTube. And soon enough, we're going to be, apparently, I got some news this week that we're going to be on Kick. So that's definitely going to be something where, you know, it is going to be a big. There's heavy echoes. Okay. Thank you for that. Because that means something is going on wrong on the stream. Let me know if it gets cleared up. I think I know what it is, but I don't want to assume. Give me 1 second. Let's close this up. I think I know what I got to do. All right, let me know in the chat. We got our brother Gas Mask in the building. Salute to you, brother. Let me know if the echoes are still happening. I think I know what was going on as we go forward. Definitely thanks to him for being here. There you are. Okay, cool. I know what it is. Okay, wonderful. All right. We working over here. We working behind the scenes. I hope everybody's doing well. And salute Gas Mask for being in the building, brother. Glad that you are here. Glad that you are here. And tonight might be a different night. So at some point I'll drop the link. And if you want to come up, whoever is going to be in the building rocking out with us, they want to come up, definitely we can have a more broader conversation on the topic. But there's some preliminaries we got to run through, and we're going to run through them right now. So as I was saying, we are on TikTok, Facebook, X, Threads, Instagram, YouTube, man. And if you don't know where to find us, you need to look us up. You can find us and search us on all these platforms at Darealreel _SCE. That is DAREALREEL _SCE. Shout out to the #1 mod in the building, Mr. Gas Mask. And we're going to be putting down some things with our brother. We definitely want to salute him. By far, he is the #1 mod in the place to be. And I appreciate him so much. Yep, and there it goes. Yep. Y'all got to forgive me. I do apologize. And yes. So, let's see where we want to take this from tonight. For those who are going to be in the building outside of our mods, you see the messages. If you haven't seen the early messages in the chat, to those that are coming in after Gas Mask and myself, we're working on a 2-to-1 ratio. That means for every 2 people in the building, we just need 1 like. Be so kind if you can. If you're here for the first time, salute to you and thank you for being here. We really appreciate you and we love and value your support. Definitely hit us with a like, a share, and a subscribe so you can populate us more in the algorithm. And if you haven't seen it, I believe there's a poll going on to do share how you feel and make sure to put that down. If you I believe the question is does the phrase your truth or my truth is it one that we use to kind of escape from accountability? Yes or no? I don't know. I kind of feel like it's been used in a way to escape accountability, or maybe validate your own situation and what's going on without having people to question it. I don't know. I don't want to be hyperbolic. I don't want to be dismissive, but I definitely think that this phrase has been overused. And so, as we have the topic tonight, why do people hate the truth? I want you to think on this. And it's not about what I believe to be the truth, or what you may believe individually. I think there are things that are outliers that can cause, or they're subjective, but there's always a foundation, and we've got to remember that as long as there's always a foundation, that it is imperative that we understand that whatever happens in our life, yes, it can be true, but it will not override the fundamentals of what is wrong, what is right. And we've got to remember that. We've always got to remember that. And And without further ado, what I would like to do right now, um, I want to play this video because it'll kind of let you guys. It'll kind of be the 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 opening for some of these things that I want to relay and I want to kind of talk about.
The same message that we as a culture send to our pro athletes, which is you really,
Okay.
if I may,
Yes, Mr. Carter.
you really need to consider the message that you're sending these boys. It's the same message that we as a culture send to our pro athletes, which is that they are above the law. Now, I'm trying to teach these boys the discipline that will inform their lives and give them choices. If you endorse the fact that 15, 16, and 17-year-olds don't have to honor the simple rules of a basketball contract, how long do you think it'll be before they're out there breaking laws? Now, I played basketball at Richmond 30 years ago. It was the same thing then. Some of my teammates ended up in prison. Some of them ended up dead. I took this job because I wanted to affect change in a special group of young men, and this is the only way I know how to do that. If you vote to end the lockout, you won't have to terminate me. I'll quit.
Thank you, Mr. Carter.
Now, one thing I've been introduced to coming into, as they would say, the space, there are beliefs, there are thoughts, there are opinions that challenge our the way we think and the way we would operate. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is something for us to pay attention to because ultimately we're in this place where we do want to convene together and we want to talk with one another. Um, but at the same time, I feel and what I've noticed is that it is almost like operate within my boundaries and within my space. And if you don't, and I have a problem with that, under the guise of being transparent, I'm address that with you. And one thing I'm learning, I can say one lesson I've learned out of this overall is that whether I like how I'm learning the lesson or not, I really have to be able to hear what anybody's saying to me, assess myself by what they're saying, and then pivot from there. And when I say pivot, I don't mean just get away from it just because. I mean make a serious move and an adjustment that will benefit whether it's myself or the people that I'm going to seek to align myself with. And so coming into the space very early, I had two situations that kind of were able to kind of teach me this lesson. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't like either one of them. If anybody who's come to know me outside of the YouTube and on online platforms, by definition, to kind of make it clear, I'm more of a Sigma. I'm not going to sit there and try to classify myself as an alpha, or I'm definitely not nobody's beta. But overall, I'm a Sigma. I'm going to do things my way to a certain degree. I'm going to do them on my own time. I'm going to do them on my own pace. It doesn't mean I'm not willing to take instruction, and it doesn't mean I'm above correction. What it does mean, though, is that I have a particular set of guidelines and standards for myself. And based on those standards and guidelines, I would hope that it will allow me to work with other people. And if it so happens that it doesn't, well, then I have to remove myself. And it doesn't mean that other people are bad or that I'm being childish. It is what it is. As we said on the last live, I'm the kind of person where if I honk once and tell you to get out of the way of danger, and you don't listen, I'll honk twice, but I'm not probably going to honk a third time. And that works in reverse, right? If I have to go through a certain situation one time, I'm going to look at the whole situation and I'm assessing, I'm going to take ownership for what I did wrong and where I could have been better. That situation happens the second time, then I know completely that I need to stop being unaware and that I might be operating in a fairy tale with a fairy tale mindset that, oh, we're all on the same page. No matter what happens, everybody's going to be fine with everything. And what I've come to find out in this space is everybody's not okay with everything. But at the same time, nobody will sit there and definitively give you a warning. And so because of that, I'm just going to put this out there, right? And this is not a shot at anybody. I'm just letting everybody know that how I came into the space and certain things that I was introduced to. If you don't see me out and about and it's only with a very small group, there is a complete reason for that. It is nobody's fault. It is a decision that I made because I have to pivot from that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this has been on my mind for a very long time. 3 months to be exact. So I just want to make that clear that I'm only rocking with a certain select group of people. Um, I didn't like how I had to learn the lesson, but I am not above learning a lesson. And at the same time, as this goes out, I'm not going to fold on this. I'm not answering no questions unless it's to certain people. And otherwise, from that, it's always peace and love and respect to everybody, both male and female. And I just want to put that out there. Um, Again, because this is something that's been on my heart. With that said, as it relates to the Coach Carter video, the whole reason for a Darealreel platform, the whole reason for anybody knowing Conrad is because I think that I have a certain type of life experience in him. I'm not saying it's so dissimilar from everybody else that it makes me some grand guru of self-improvement and dating and relationships. No. Lord knows I've failed a whole bunch of times. Lord knows I'm not perfect and I would never consider myself perfect because there's nothing perfect except for death. Because death is an outcome to the end of corruption, whether it be good or bad. And so I don't consider myself perfect. I don't consider myself a know-it-all, but I do believe that I have certain experiences. I do believe that I stand on a certain code um, from my youth up until now. And I think I can pass that on. And my whole purpose and the whole Real team that works with me here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the reason why we're here is to affect change. That is simply it, is to affect change. What are the changes that we're trying to affect? We want to affect the way Black men see Black women, if there's an issue with that. And I do believe there is. We want to affect the way definitely Black women see Black men, because there is an issue with that. We want to affect the change way all men see all women and all women see all men. We want to dispel some things. We want to encourage people not to trauma tribe. In other words, don't just give in to, well, this person has gone through the same bad situation as me. And so whatever we have to say, that's just going to make it law. I've experienced racism. I've experienced bigotry. I've experienced backstabbing. I've experienced, police brutality. I've experienced, a plethora of things that will connect with other people. And they'd be like, man, I never knew somebody like you went through that, because you don't look like you went through that. Well, not everybody looks like their story. But at the same time, you shouldn't die in the history of your story. And that's where we want people to come out. For those that are single mothers, we definitely want you to be encouraged. For those that are single fathers, we definitely want you to be encouraged. And from the aspect of a father, I'm hoping that whatever little wisdom I've gained so far, that can help to be a resounding a resounding voice that can back up what parents are saying at home, Maybe there's a mother somewhere that doesn't know how to say certain things to her kids, and maybe they'll see this podcast and bomb. It'll encourage her or him to have the right words as a mother, father, single father to say something to their kid. Who knows? You know, if you go to the Darealreel YouTube page, if you go to our Facebook page, our email's on there. You can hit us up, ask questions. If you want us to do a live on something, definitely send it to us because that's the whole reason why we're here. We're here to affect change. And I know we can't do it by ourselves, and that's why we're yoking with different people. Our brother Gas Mask is a clear example of that. And yeah, not everything has to be serious. I think for those who know me personally, again, I'll probably say that a couple times in this live. But those who know me personally know that, you know, on one hand, I do care, but on the other hand, I am jaded based on what I experienced. And so that can cause me to have a really brash or harsh reaction to certain things where it's kind of cut and dry. And I'm not trying to, it might look like I'm not trying to help people live. No, I want everybody to realize and get to their better self. However, I will be honest when I say that there are certain things that we need to focus on that, yeah, we need to have a zero tolerance policy for. It is what it is. And as we speak about it, like I don't know if you didn't see the thumbnail. The thumbnail is heel turn, and what does it say? You know, okay, maybe it's time for a heel turn. Tell the truth and heel turn, because here's the thing: everybody's comfortable either being lied to or having other people lie to them, because maybe just maybe it's better off because I don't feel like having my feelings hurt. I'm sorry. I've had enough people lie to me in my face and behind my back that I would rather people literally get to a place where they just tell me, and if it hurts, it hurts. It is what it is. But at the same time, as a man, and I'm not just talking about a male as in the gender that I'm born into. I believe I'm a man. Am I a perfect man? No. But am I a better man today than I was yesterday? 100%. And am I going to be a better man tomorrow than I was today? 100%. Because to me, that is what the definition of a man is. We strive for greatness. We strive to be better tomorrow than we were yesterday. And that's necessary. That's necessary for a plethora of reasons. We can't be in a situation where we're going in the same cycle trying to find out a new avenue or create something new, and it's just like, yo, how are you going to get to a place where you start seeing real results but you're trying to do the same thing? Well, that's the definition of insanity. So we got to get away from that. How do we get away from that? Or why should we get away from that? Well, we should get away from it because maybe, just maybe, we're too comfortable right here. We're too comfortable right here. And that's how I look at it. Like, we genuinely may be too comfortable right here. So we got to get away from what we know or what we don't know. We got to get away from what we know. And we got to explore what we don't know so that our foundation can become more solid. You never stop building your foundation of knowledge, your foundation of standards, your foundation of morals. But what you do with that over time is you reinforce it, because life is a real storm and it's never going to slow down. It never will. You're always going to be in a situation. There's always going to be something that is going to cause friction in your life. And that friction is not meant to slow you down. It's not meant to destroy you, even if you don't like it, even if it causes you shame, even if it causes you to cry. It's there to build you up. And you got to know that. It's not there to destroy you. It's there to build you up. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So as we go through tonight, we're going to be talking about some things. And you know, the whole aspect or the term heel turn, coined in wrestling. You know what I mean? I'm a long time fan of the WWE, formerly the WWF. Um, maybe my mindset on it before was ahead of its time because I had a clear understanding uh when it came to certain things like, okay, understanding who the bad guy is and why the bad guy is, and that aspect of struggle and conflict and all of that. Like I understood where that had its place, and in doing so, uh, I was always I was never really surprised by certain things, but I definitely was able to navigate that. But yeah, generally, you know, stems from wrestling, and one of the old wrestlers, Razor Ramon, say hello to the bad guy. Yeah, I mean, like, and this is what we're talking about tonight. Like, sometimes you've got to be not legitimately the shoot 'em up robbers and, what I mean, the bad guy. But sometimes you literally have to go against the grain because there's too much sheep in the herd. If you are going to amount to anything great in life, if you're going to even be greater or realize, see, actualize the greatness in you, everybody's going to have to come to a place where they get away from what they know. Everybody's going to have to get away from the place where they're comfortable, and you got to get uncomfortable. LeBron James had a phrase that he said one year to Kevin Love: "Stop trying to fit in, fit out." Everyone's like, "Yo," I remember Stephen A. Smith. He was like, "Yo, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does it mean to fit out?" Sometimes the best qualities of who you are is not meant to fit in. Man, I'll say it again. Sometimes the best qualities of who you are was not meant to fit in. And you got to be comfortable with that. You see, the problem is with this generation, and you know what? Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. You know what I mean? Your Honor, strike that. Let me rephrase. Okay. What we have become accustomed to is always trying to fit in. That will be in every single generation to come. There will never be a time when people have grown completely weary of trying to fit in. But we will have to get to that point where we realize, some of us will have to realize, fitting in is not for us. That's why I say I'm a Sigma. I'm not an alpha the way others would propose they are an alpha. And in my younger days, I was a beta and got ran over by everybody: man, woman, boy, girl, dog, whatever it is. So I understand that being a beta for some of us is a mindset. Here's the problem: some of us have been beta so long, thinking that we got to get to alpha, and sigma is where we really should be. See, here's the thing is, though, not everybody likes the sigma, and not everybody's liked by the sigma. What am I trying to say? Fit out. Fit out. You will find more peace. You'll find tranquility. You'll be able to hone in on your skills. You'll be able to hone in on a few things that you actually want to hone in on. You'll figure out some things about your mind, because you can't be a busybody going everywhere at any given point, just trying to sit there and get to this place where, okay, um, I'm really gonna just do what everybody else is doing and hope it works. You may start off that way, but you can't stay that way. You genuinely can't. I understand that, and the team understands that there is a certain aspect and a real aspect of business that comes to this content creation stuff. And we're not full time, but we still got to do certain things that overlap on full time tasks. Are we perfect at it yet? No. Do we have a consistent basis of operation yet? Not really. But are we striving to get there? 100%. But to be true, if we're going to build a space over here and build a team over here and have a community over here that can really encourage people, then I've got to be true to me. Everybody that I partner with, they've got to be true to themselves. So why do we hate the truth? If we were speaking biblically, we would understand that no matter how we feel about it, the truth is an offense. So we can already deduce based on biblical proportions that I'm going to be offended when people tell me the truth because it may not regard my feelings. The second thing in it not regarding my feelings, while I may be, mopping them up because somebody told me something that I really don't like, and they pulled one to my chest and said, "That's who you are." And you may be a jerk. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but you are a jerk right now. Like, that's just, it is what it is. Now, if you want to change that, that's a different type of conversation. But you may be genuinely feeling bad. And here's the thing is, the truth doesn't care about how you feel. The fact of the matter is you can also be right in how you feel. And because you act a certain way or react a certain way, it can make you 100% wrong. And that is a truth. Does it mean that your feelings don't matter? No, it means that the way you want to react at the moment you want to react is not conducive to you feeling good or bad and being justified in feeling good or bad. And so we got to do a really good job in navigating how we react when we feel certain things. And if we can get to that place sooner in life, if we can get to that place earlier in life, if the person who is 12 years old and has an attitude can curve that specifically before high school, they're going to have a better time being, one, socially accepted and socially acceptable. Because the antithesis, I don't want to use that word. I like how it sounds, but it's not the right word. The nucleus of everything that we're going to do in life is social networking. And so we're going to have to accept some hard things, but you're going to have to be you. I would love, I would have loved when we started this journey that I was able to fit in with everywhere at any given point in it. And there's certain things that I had in common with people, like folks of people, but I have to understand who I am, and I got to relay that to my team so they have a clear understanding how they're going to work with Conrad, and Conrad has an understanding of how I'm going to work and what they want from me and what I want from them. All of these things in concert got to be together. As I said, character types, character archetypes, alpha, beta, delta, sigma. I haven't really touched on the delta because I by knowledge set I don't really understand it to its fullness and its capacity. However, I will on the main three that we circle around: alpha, beta, sigma. I know I'm a sigma. I got tired of being a beta in my younger years. And I found that the more I was able to stick up for myself and stand up for myself, and the standards and the morals and the foundation that I had internally, I also had to display that and make sure it's resolute externally. The same person I think I am on the inside, I gotta be that person on the outside. And it's not at the expense of others. You see, this is the thing is when you are the person that you don't always fit in, there's sometimes a narrative can be painted that, oh, you're not really conducive to this situation because you don't fit in. No, you can be a really great cog even though you're not in the middle of the wheel. And you can be vital as a cog because there's sometimes a certain level of stress that's put on that main wheel. Everybody trying to be that main wheel, but like, think about this. Do you really want that main stress, or are you built to take stress at a certain level because you have a certain level of resistance to fit into this area over here? I do have some great thoughts. I believe they're great thoughts and feelings and sayings and anecdotes about relationships. But I've realized I don't fit into every conversation with every space that's talking about relationships because I still have a view that may not be accepted by a whole lot of people. And can I put this out there too? Anybody who comes up on this platform, understand one thing. I want to share with you. I want you to share with me. And together we're going to share to the people that the real real is trying to reach over here. Okay. With that said, I will not use my opinion, anecdotally or otherwise, to make your opinion seem as if it's invalid. If I disagree with you and I disagree with you wholeheartedly, that is just, it is what it is. And that may just be the point where there's going to have to be conversations outside of YouTube, outside of Facebook, in the DM somewhere, over a FaceTime call or whatever it is, to be able to sit there and say, okay, brother, like, it was a great point you were making, but I don't agree with you and blah, 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 whatever it is. You know what I mean? We can pull that conversation and do that. But we got to get away from this place where we don't want to hear certain things, or we don't want to see certain things, or we don't want to acknowledge certain things because it doesn't align with my truth. Well, see, this is the problem now. There is no my truth. There is no your truth. There is no their truth. There's just the truth, right? Like, I saw a video today where this girl was going before a commentator at a college, and they were talking about at what point is a fetus a living thing. And this girl, she gets up and she makes this grandiose statement, and she says, well, we need to understand discrimination from somebody who would feel it. I would love for somebody who's African American to come in and land my point for me, because I don't really have that experience of racism and discrimination to speak for it. She didn't know that the lady coming up behind her, this young black sister, this young black queen, was coming up, had her qualifications in biology, high qualifications, and says, hey, at the point of conception, the point when the organism of an aspect of a fetus begins to start taking shape, is the aspect of life, not birth, not breaking the birth canal coming through the womb and the vaginal cavity. It is legitimately as the cells start to multiply, take shape, form the heart, form the eyes. Now, what we call a fetus, what we call an organism, that is a living thing. And so the aspect of life has happened at the moment of conception, not at the moment of birth. And then she drops her qualifications and says, oh, yeah, by the way, I have my PhD in biology. So, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I was just like, all right, go on with your bad self. Like, dude, I was just like, yeah, like, shots fired. So it's just like we got to understand that regardless of what we want to try and believe, if you and I'm gonna say this right, if you are pro-choice, that's what you believe. That is completely fine, but that is not a truth. That is a belief. That is a standard. That's something you're going to stand on. If you're pro-life, that is a choice. It is not a truth. That's your standard. And no matter how you feel about it, right? You can't make it your truth. It is a standard. So we're gonna, as humans who speak English, we're going to have to start speaking in the right context because there's a whole bunch of things being taken out of context, which is why the whole live your truth or whatever, however you feel. I remember my previous job, and I'll tell you the truth, I dislike this girl so much. Um, yeah, I don't hate her, but I man, yeah, I don't like her too much. But anyways, she messaged me and she's like, "Oh, and by the way, I saw your post and da da da. You might want to do this and this and this and this." She has no context to the situation and no understanding. Never came in, just came in with her self-righteous, sanctimonious self. You should do, but do. So I responded with a. She's like, "Whatever. Live your truth." First of all, don't try to be ignorant and be dismissive and tell me to live my truth. There is no my truth. There's the truth. There's either wrong or there's right. And that little gray area where everybody likes to dwell is exactly why our society is going down day after day. Because everybody's trying to live in that gray area and make sense of the gray area. And it's not made to, it's the gray areas for things that like doesn't really make sense. But everybody's trying to get in the gray area. And so I wanted to say that, get it off my chest, um, as it relates to this. The one thing that I'll say is somebody has a hard time dealing with the truth when they expect you to live your truth and you say, nah, because the truth of the matter is da 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 da. And it throws egg on them and it throws egg on you. You ever seen that? You ever seen that situation? Where somebody expects you to pull, well, no, this is how I feel. And because I feel this way, it makes it completely sound and relevant and right. And then you hit them with the Uno. You hit them with the Yu-Gi-Oh! You triggered my trap card. Nah, it's not about how I feel. Because I can sincerely feel a certain way and sincerely be wrong at the same time. So here's the truth of the matter. You're wrong and I'm wrong. People don't like that. This is why we had to put the question up. Is saying, well, this is my truth. Is that a way for people to avoid accountability? My truth is I'm broke. My truth is hard times are hard. My truth is people don't like me. My truth is this. Okay, well, if your truth is people don't like you, when are you going to look at yourself to understand that there may be some things that you got to change about you? And on the other hand, maybe you're trying to fit into things that and places where you just don't belong. That's a genuine question. We waste so much time of our life trying to fit into places and spaces where we really do not belong. And so the question is, when are we going to get out of that? When are we going to step out of my truth and step into the truth? Because the truth is it's an uncomfortable place that will make you stronger than you've ever been, more resolute than you've ever been. more sound than you've ever been. When are we going to get there? How are we going to get there? Well, you got to make yourself uncomfortable because you will die in your truth and people will laugh at you. But yet, still, while you were dying in it, they won't tell you that it's the fact that you're living in your truth that's the issue. In love, they will not tell you that. Why? Because it's not their responsibility to make you wake up. It's your responsibility to wake up and say, hold on a minute. I've been going around the same carousel for the same 20 years, 10 years, 5 minutes, 5 months, whatever it is, and I'm still not getting the results I want. When are things going to change? Ultimately, every time there needs to be a change in our lives, guess who has to change first? Us. We may not like it because we're tired and we put in so much work and we've already done so many things. But the fact of the matter is this: we've got to make the change. You got to go the extra mile if you want to see the extra good things. Got to. I can't stress this enough. You have not put in the most work you can put into yourself yet. You did the most work you can and put in the most work into yourself to get yourself to where you are going to be and where you are today. There's still tomorrow. There's still the day after that. And it's going to pull more from you because greater is inside of you. You haven't seen your greatest greatness yet. You haven't seen it. I want to pivot from here and I want to I want to play something for the brothers. I want to play something for the brothers, all the brothers.
announce things prematurely. Stay low key and move a man. You're a man. Never let excitement make you announce things prematurely. Stay low key and move silently until things are confirmed.
Now, for me, I'm a deep thinker. I think heavily. I think often, and in some cases, it's caused me to be aloof to certain lighthearted jokes and jovial moments. I'll admit that. But I've been on a journey for the last 20 years, maybe less than that. We'll say 15, 15 or so. Yeah, give or take. To be what I would consider is my best self or get to a better place of a better me. And in that, I've had to understand one thing. And I'm going to go forward and then I'm gonna double back on something, and I don't know if I want to do this specifically because I might want to set this up for another day. I sincerely believe, and this is my opinion, but I sincerely believe that in this day and time that only men can change the dating market. Now, I'm not on the scene. I'm married, been married for 6 years, and this is not a gloat. I'm just validating the fact that I'm not in the dating scene. I'll say that we have to understand and accept some things as brothers, as men. Okay, Brothers, you don't have any time in your life, no matter what age you are, but specifically if you are younger, and I mean between the ages of 13 and up, as a young man, you do not have any time to make unnecessary mistakes, self destructive patterns, and decisions. Same goes, especially even more urgently, as we move into the age group of from 20s upwards. We don't have any time to make unnecessary mistakes and tie ourselves to self-destructive patterns just because it may make us feel good. It may not be fair as a man because you look at life and you say, well, the ladies can do this and the ladies, they live by a different mantra. And you can't be a leader of the world or a leader of your community or leader of your home, a leader within your social circle, literally concerned with the consequences or outcomes of how other people decide to live their life. You're going to have to get to a place where you understand that you have a finite amount of time as a man to accomplish certain things, do certain things. And so it does not benefit any man. It doesn't matter where you are in the world and you hear this, it does not benefit any man to make any decision that is an unnecessary mistake. What do I mean by that? It doesn't benefit any man to have children out of wedlock. Some people would sit there and say this and say, well, Conrad, that's a really good phrase or statement, but you could get married and do everything right and still end up with a child that was born in wedlock that you have to take care of out of wedlock. And now, well, here's a question now. Right. So if we know divorce is a real thing, if we know that, just as much as you can have a child out of wedlock, you can have a child in wedlock and still end up divorced, and that could provide you just as many problems. That is 100% completely correct. So here's a question. Because if somebody was to ask me, how do you stop that from happening? Can you stop? Of course, you can stop that from happening. You can understand the fact of when you are and when you are not ready to be married. You can also understand the fact that sometimes what you want in a person can lead to destruction, and what you need in a person you haven't seen yet. Say it again. You will have to face the fact that what you want out of a person can lead to destruction, and what you want out of somebody, in somebody, or on somebody can lead to destruction. But what you need from that person is not going to be or look like what you want. See, isn't it funny that everybody's trying to say what they need and what they don't need, and who they need and who they don't need, based on outer schematics, physical pulchritude, tangibly temporary things. And so they're reaching for certain things. They're trying to do certain things. They're trying to accomplish certain things. And those things have a veil of destruction or temporary, and it will only provide you a temporary moments where you can be enamored and have a sense of fulfillment, for a lack of a better word. No, we can't get caught up in that. Can't get caught up in that. Not at all. It's not even about not worth it. Okay. Men, we can't afford to have kids out of wedlock. Children are precious, and it is incumbent upon every man, if you so choose to have children, to provide them an opportunity where they can thrive. Maybe, just maybe, that means you need to rethink the person that you're looking at and start looking within them rather than at them. Maybe, just maybe. It may not be fair, it may not be right. Maybe a hard hand dealt. But this world does not owe us understanding. There is no such thing as soft guy era. While there may be some outliers as house husbands, I didn't even know stuff like that actually existed and was a thing until I started coming in the YouTube spaces, and started either hearing certain stories or encountering certain people. Drizzle drizzle is by far one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, as a rebuttal, jokingly, but then taken seriously, I guess, in some spaces, as a rebuttal to a woman who openly disrespects her husband with him in the house. That's why man, we're not gonna go there tonight. Tonight's not that night. There's no such thing. Yes, there are outliers, but the exception does not make the rule anywhere. What is the conclusion of that? The conclusion of that, to sit there and think about my truth rather than live in the truth. And I appreciate what this brother said, but I wish he was able to say it under different uh with outside of well, within, I should say, a different context. I love this phrase by brother Tyrese where he said, "I'm trying to do the best with every 24 hours I get." And brother to brother, even though I don't know him personally, I can understand the heart of what he's saying. Because to genuinely get up every day and try to make a change in your life when you have not been the best version of yourself, and there's been nobody around you that's wanted to teach you even how to find the best version of yourself or speak life into you, that is a hard situation. When you depend on people to have your back and to be there for you, and they're the same people who literally push you down the stairs, and you got to pick yourself up and take your own self to the proverbial hospital, the healing bed, when you got to get away and kind of just hide out and come back at a later date, bigger, badder, stronger. I get it. I sincerely get it that we're all trying to do the best we can with every 24 hours we get. But if we are truly trying to do the best we can with every 24 hours we get, we cannot be stuck living in the fairy tale of our truth, because the truth of the matter is, while you're trying to solidify your own truth, the world is going to continue moving. And by the time you peek out your head to live in the truth, you may seriously not like what you have to encounter. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, that phrase by Tyrese, that hits me heavy every time I see it. Man, I hear it, and actually, I don't watch the the video. I have a beautiful wife, a loving wife. I have a loving family, in laws, my own immediate family. Very loving, very kind. We all have ignorant tendencies, but we a great group of people, both near and far. I don't know what it means to have a woman, um within the confines of a monogamous relationship. Actually, no, well, specifically when I say monogamy, I mean marriage, because I've only been married once and I am currently married. I don't know how that, brother, I can't internalize that pain. I can't. However, that is the change we are trying to affect over here. And it's a change to say, brothers, we have to be so strict on our morals and our foundation and our code that even if it does make us boring and without a certain number of experiences, we have to understand that that is okay. It is okay to not have the most experience out there. It is okay, regardless of what other people are saying, it is okay for you to be you. And if you don't fit in, that is okay. Because the truth, hardcore truth is not everybody fits in. And there's a lot of people who have died trying to fit in. You may have to fit out to live. You may have to fit out to be great. You may have to fit out to avoid certain calamity and catastrophes in life and cycles of destruction. That is just the truth of what we're dealing with. Like I said at the top of the podcast, when we started this platform, or I should say our space, however you want to say it, I don't even care what you want to classify it as, podcast, group, whatever. When we started this over here, we started it with the ability and the mindset to affect change. And as we grow and as we get better and as we do better, I'm hoping that y'all will support and rock out with us. And also be our sounding board. Because we may not have all the answers. And we definitely don't have all the questions. We don't know everything, but we know some things. I thank y'all for taking the time to be here for this hour and a bit. We were supposed to be on episode, I would say 17 or 18 by now. We did episode 15. And we'll be reposting that to Facebook as well as the last couple episodes, because Facebook has really done a number where if you don't have a certain amount of followers on that page, you can't go live. Yeah, Facebook, we don't like that. I'm not gonna lie, we don't like that. So to everybody who is on Facebook, look up Darealreel Podcast. Again, you can type in at DAREALREEL_SCE Facebook. Look for the black and gold. If it ain't black and gold, it ain't bold. And it's not us. Help us get to 100 followers on Facebook so we can make sure to be able to get this live out on that platform as well. We're going to be reposting this live to other platforms, and we've got some announcements. Shout out to brother LJ working behind the scenes so hard for us, doing some great things. If you're not on if you are on TikTok, we're going to be starting in November. We're going to start having specific episodes on specific platforms, and they'll be rebroadcasted in other places. And we're going to continue to make advancements. I love YouTube. You know, September we hit 150 subscribers, and we're grateful for that. It's maybe peanuts or lint to some other people, but it's cool for us right now, and we're growing beyond that. We're growing beyond that. Hold on. Oh, okay, okay. It's funny. Hold on. I'm gonna add the brother.
How you doing?
Salute. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm so sorry I took so long to get on. I was busy.
No, that's all right, brother. That is all right. That is all right. That is all right. We was just getting to the part where I was funny enough. I was about to call it a night, but no, we good to continue. We good to continue. How was the day, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm alive and breathing. No complaints. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. And you know what? That's sometimes you got to look at the end of the day and say, hey, every day above ground is a good day.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, we was this. What do you think about that? Since you're up here, and I wasn't really gonna do the whole question thing, but um, I know I didn't really explain it to you either, but there was certain things that I had to realize about
Yeah.
um being in the spaces, and I came to a real moment where I had to realize that like I can't be everywhere because not every space is I'm meant to go up on, whether it's somebody's panel or their platform. Maybe I'm just good in the comment section, or maybe I'm just not good for that space at all. Maybe it's not the space for me to be in. And so I had I'll call it a wake up call and a learning moment
Yeah.
where I had to accept that truth. And it was a hard pill to swallow. At first it was a hard
Yeah.
pill to swallow, man, but I learned a lesson. I believe I've grown from it, and I keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But what do you think about that? Do you think that the whole term or the phrase "my truth"? Do you think people use that as a way to get away from like accountability, or what do you think about that?
Yeah. It eventually, as with a lot of things, it became oversaturated. It became one of those things that was like a quick go-to.
Hmm.
It was just like if someone would like talk and they wouldn't really have an answer to the question. They would be like, "Okay, oh yeah, boom." They'll add that on, and whatever follows is just it's just something that might feel natural to them, but it's
Hmm.
when you look at the context of the question and then what they say, it'll be like, well, that doesn't really match up. But thank you for answering the question, though. Or that they'll be like, oh, I just feel like, well, my truth is, and it's like, well, I just asked what your opinion was, but okay, thank you.
Yeah, because I've seen that in certain places, and I'm like, I've never really. That was one phrase that I've, especially in this. No, that's fine. That's cool. You cool. Um, especially at this
Scratching my
time.
back.
Oh no, that's all right. I've heard it like in different times, like especially like when it comes to like relationships, where people are like, this is my truth and this is how I live. And it's just like, is it your truth or is it how you live? Because the two can't be used in that same
Yeah,
space
exactly.
and phrase. You know what I mean? Like, is it the way you live or is it your truth? And I've always wanted to question that, like, but I've realized also that like in the certain spaces you can't question as and predominantly I've heard that from like women, right? So I haven't really heard it
Mhm.
from guys. Usually a lot of guys we just say, okay, here's the facts of the matter. And unless we are leaving out something or legitimately we're lying about something, either somebody will call us out or be like, okay, that sounds like good, but it sounds like also something's missing from that. You know what I mean? We'll question
Yeah,
each other on it, but like I find that like I've had a lot of females say that to me. It was like, "Oh, live your truth." And it's like, "No. You silly individual,
yeah,
there's no
totally,
my
yeah.
truth."
Each of the phrases contradict each other.
Yeah, big time. It's just like how can how can you live your truth? Like I've just never understood that. I've never understood that. I would love to know who started that phrase.
Well,
Like
good luck on
really.
that one.
Oh man, because it's just like, and this is where like I like even my daughter has said it to me where she's like, "Oh, you guys always say this generation and this generation." I'm like, "Yeah, because y'all do things in a different way." And my daughter's like, "Well, these are different times." I'm like, "Not really. The only thing that y'all have that's completely separates you from the last two generations, in my opinion, is technology. Outside of
Yeah,
technology, y'all still got to pay the same bills. There's different levels of inflation. It's all of the same occurrences. Um, I mean, I would say that this generation's public school and schooling system is worse than mine and yours time. But like otherwise from that,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, like the only thing that really makes the biggest change is the advancement of technology and the advent of social media. Because if you take away social media, everybody's got to go back to going outside, whether it's cold or hot. You know what I
hmm
mean? If you take away the advancement of, what we come to know as, tech in laptops, almost said iPads, but like all of these
tablets.
tablets. That's what I was at. Tablets, cell phones, all of this stuff. If you take away all of these things and you make people face people, like think about it. I would have to fly down to where you live in the States and be like, yo, I'm in your state. When can like I'm staying at this hotel. Let's link up. Like we wouldn't be
Yeah,
able to
or
do
vice
that.
versa. Yeah,
Yeah. We wouldn't be able to sit there and just hop on YouTube and click a link or DM each other on Instagram. Like, yeah, and in certain ways it's good. It's not all bad, but it's just like again, I feel like people have taken this advent and used it to um get away from being accountable for things, right? Whether it's an opinion that they put out into the world, um, whether it's how they act, because it's and I'm pretty sure you've heard it many times or seen it where it's just like, people be in the comment section of a live stream or on Facebook or somewhere, and they will comment and say something totally outlandish. And then
yeah,
when people get at them, they're like, "Oh, why is everybody in the comments getting at me?" It was just like, okay, well, you deserve that. You kind of set yourself up for that.
yep.
Bro, I just man, it bewilders me, man. It bewilders me. And like I said, this like being live tonight wasn't even really part of the plan. It was a thumbnail that was kind of sitting in my box for a while, and I was just like, you know what, based on how I was feeling, pull it out. But anyways, dude, how long, and I could have swore I asked you this at one point. How long have you been playing WWE 2K24?
I recently just got it,
Oh, you just
like a week ago. Yeah, but
okay, okay.
yeah, because I'm a member of PlayStation Plus, and
Yeah,
every
yeah, yeah.
month you get a free games, and it ended up being a part of the free game catalog. I was like, "What? No way!" So I had
Oh
to
my
download it immediately.
days. Of course, of course, of course, man. No, of course. And you know what the thing is like I guess when it comes to WWE games, like I'm like I only have a few video games that like have been like my all-time always going to be my go-tos, right? Call of Duty,
Yeah,
usually it's NBA, but like I guess I didn't buy NBA 2K 23, 24, or 25. And from what I heard, it wasn't worth it. So I still have NBA 2K22, which I mean, until they shut down the server, I can still go online and have download a created roster. So I'm okay with that
yeah,
for now. But overall, like when I say that it's just WWE games as for certain things that like I feel like they're missing, um and that's just compared to other games that I've played from from the WWE case. I'm content with it. Oh, for now, I'm hoping that 2K25 when it comes out for WWE, it'll do some big things. They really need to
yeah,
revamp the universe mode and a lot of people online are calling for them to throw out the my faction, which I get why they did that. It's a cash grab and it keeps making money overall. Even when even when the game is obsolete and they've turned off the servers, like WWE will be forever making money on the my faction um aspect of it. So it's definitely one of those ones where I'm just like, okay.
I'm usually just creating characters and just playing online. My little brother is the one doing all the story mode stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like when I buy the game, I'll do the story mode stuff first, and then I usually get the deluxe edition. So um
Yeah,
from there, like I get a certain amount of like unlockables, etc. and stuff like that. So I just kind of like do that. But like, yeah, I usually always get a WWE game for like to create my own stuff, and like especially now because you can upload to like the WWE uploader, and I can upload your own
hmm
images and stuff like that. So I'm big into that. Sometimes my wife looks at me, she's like, "What are you creating now?" I'm like, "Oh, it's for WWE 2K24." She's like, "Bruv, are you serious?" I'm just like, "Yeah, yo, I like having my own universe within the own universe, like especially because it's
me
just
too.
like for the like I think it was after 2K15 or 16 where they took out story mode. Actually, no, go if you go back to SmackDown versus Raw series anywhere from 2006, like that story mode was sick, way ahead of its
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
way ahead of its time. So um but yeah, I'm hoping that they'll do other things like I feel like the 2K developers, they need to go and look at all of the major um WWE games. So like Day of Reckoning. Both Day of Reckoning 1 and 2 had the best entrance creation suite ever. Some of the early SmackDown versus Raw labels had, create your own finisher, which was really good. Some of the arcade two simulation movements of Here Comes the Pain and SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, and certain
Those are
things
my
that
favorite
were,
ones.
bro, big time. When Here Comes the Pain and Shut Your Mouth, by far two of the best WWE games,
Very
period,
ahead
in
of their
my
time.
opinion. Yeah. Like I never got tired of those. Um I was always been a big fan of WWF No Mercy. There was just certain things that in that game that were ahead of its time. And I would say that what 2K can learn now is to actually go and get they need to include the WWE Raw 299 2000 set. They need to put that in next year's game. And
Yep.
SummerSlam 2002 when Brock won the title off of Rock. Those two sets they need to have in the creation seat for arenas in 2K25. If they don't, I might have to do a whole video on them on them. Really and truly. But like, bro, like I'm a big fan. Like I don't know if you saw it fall down before you popped up, but like, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah, I
like,
seen that.
yeah, bro. I want to get to a place one point where I can well, I do have schematics for a design for an original custom belt. So when the time is right and the money's there, I will be going to push for a serious creation on that level and get it done.
That's clean.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I bought this one. Like, I actually made the mistake and bought this off of Etsy. It was, it was cheap, but either way, um, yeah,
I feel you on that.
yeah, yeah. It can,
Those
it
things
can
they
run for
tax
now.
like $1,000.
Say that again.
Those titles, the replicas, like like the metal, like
Yeah, the
the
bro.
damn near real ones, are like very much
Yeah.
taxed.
Oh, bro. If I had it, well, the thing is that like so fondue belts. Who if you go to that website, fondue belts. There's another one. I can't remember. Is it Paul Morton belts? Paul Martin. Sorry. There's another one. I'll probably have to find the site and text it to you. But there's a few sites of belt makers that they actually were made replica belts for different eras of the WWE, like Paul Martin belts. He made belts. He one of the version 2 for the undisputed championship for when Brock Lesnar won, because the original belt he won was too small, so they had to remake him his own version just to cover like his waist.
Yeah.
They did a winged eagle. Fondue belts is literally, they are monumental for the big gold belts, like the double nickel ones too, where it has kind of like that
Mhm.
silver nickel plating on, and then the gold 3D. Oh my gosh, that one. And that plate's like a couple inches thick, like comparable to the modern WWE championship belt now, bro. Yeah, but yeah, like those, like when I see some of these creators in the space and they're like, "Oh yeah, I just bought this double stacked." There was a one guy, he's Wicked Belts on YouTube. He bought a double stacked WWE undisputed belt, bro. When you see it, it is like, it is as close to the TV version as possible, but
Wow.
you can literally see that and he explains it. He said they took two belts, two of the main plates, and literally put and fuse them together to get it to as close as the I would, man, I need to go to an event. I need to go to an event and literally be able to catch a live show just to see that belt in person, because I think that's the one thing I haven't done as of yet that I would like to do, is get to a live event to see that in person. I have to.
I
Have
took my
you
little
done?
brother to one this year.
Oh, geez, bro, how
His
was
first
that?
show.
Yeah.
Oh, we loved it. I haven't gone to one since I was like 12, I think, and they were in
Yeah.
town.
Oh,
And I
jeez.
finally had enough throwaway money to have some on the side. I was like, oh, I have
Yeah.
enough. Squeeze up, and we finally went.
Jeez. Jeez. That's lit, bro. That is lit. That is super lit. But yeah, like I'm sitting here gearing up for 2K25. I have my own little custom universe stuff that I'm setting up. So I got that I got that. Hey, disclaimer for anybody who's coming on the live now, like we chilling now. Like so yeah, if you're not down with WWE talk, you might it's okay for you to say goodnight. But we chilling, we chilling, we chilling. Salute to everybody, anybody who's coming on now, who's in the building. But yeah, we chilling now. All the heavy stuff is out of the way. All the heavy stuff is out of the way. We chilling now. But yeah, bro, I'm definitely gonna add you to the network. I'm gonna add as soon as we're done. I'm gonna get some food and get changed, and then I'm gonna add you to the network. I've got a night of creating ahead of me.
Open to it. Me, Fatty, and a couple others are gonna host an event. We're gonna hold the Royal Rumble, and there's a cash prize if you win.
Yo, stop this. Fatty's on the Royal Rumbles tips. Fatty's on the
Yeah,
WWE. You're lying. Oh, yo, bro.
he added me on PlayStation and everything too. And I was like, okay, cool. This is official. We haven't set a date, like confirmed anything yet, but we're setting
Oh,
it up.
bro, I'm down. I'm down. I'm not. Yo, this belt ain't for show. This belt ain't for show. This belt ain't for show, bro. Yo, I am totally down. I am totally down for that. Okay. See this? Yo, I honestly, if Fatty'd probably laugh at me. But Fatty already done seen this on on the like a live a long time ago. Fatty, this belt ain't for show. It's not for show. Okay. I will defend this with my life. No, but that's cool. I gotta actually message Fatty. I haven't talked to him in a minute, so I'm gonna message him. But yeah, no, I was down because I was gonna say like we all should. And I'm guessing based on what you're saying, it might be in the works and it might be a plan. But if it is, I definitely want to be part of that live stream. because I'm down.
I'll let you know.
I am
Add me, and
down.
I'll even add you to the group chat on there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because he has it. Is it on? Is that within the Discord?
Yeah, that too, but also on a PlayStation.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Me and a few
I'm
others
about.
in a room.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about that. I am about that. Yo, how do you guys find the live experience? Because like a lot of the people that I've heard, well, I should say a lot of the pages that I'm following, they're always saying that complaining about the online servers and how like the online servers aren't really great. But I
It,
I
it depends who you
rarely
get. Sometimes.
say that again.
It depends on who you're facing, I guess. Because if they
Uh
have a bad signal, it'll ruin the whole. Like you
okay,
can be good in
okay.
your end, but if you're facing somebody who's slow, and it could lag you just a little bit.
Okay, I see. So like let's say I started the match, but like at the same time my signal's super weak. Like it's gonna be horrible for everybody, or everybody will keep getting kicked.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. It's good to know. It's good to know. I'm gonna definitely have to hardwire my PlayStation to my PlayStation though. Um,
I hear you.
definitely. Yeah, because I have to get the Ethernet cable for that. Then I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that experience. No broken Wi-Fi connections. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get that Ethernet going right now. Because like sometimes there's been times where I've gone onto the online. Like I think I did it once or twice with WWE 2K23, and like I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and then the whole lobby just falls apart. And I was just like, yo, forget this.
Yeah,
And then I
I feel
found
you.
like Assemble. I follow his page, and where he talks about a lot about like the online matches and stuff like that. And it's just like they're really hit or miss, and they're always just trying to when they come out with the updates, it's like stability fixes, but like they're really shoddy stability fixes at best, so it doesn't really provide the greatest of experience. So
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah, man. Yeah, broski. But yo, I'm about to hop off because yo my stomach's grumbling. I want to get some food and I want to get changed. So I'm gonna
Okay.
catch you. You'll see me pop up on PlayStation just now.
Okay, cool.
All right. For
I
everybody else who
appreciate you
done
having me on,
tapped
bro.
in, oh, bro, this won't be the last time. This won't be the last time. It's definitely not,
Thanks.
it's
You
not the
gotta look
first. It
something
won't be the.
out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the Well, we'll speak more in we'll speak more in the back. I don't wanna release it out front just yet. But yeah, I'll send you some messages on Instagram. But yeah, you'll see me. I'll probably say in the next 45 minutes, you'll see the pop up on PlayStation. Yeah, he definitely didn't hear me. Okay, brothers, everybody else, be peaceful, be loving, be kind, be great. We love you. Thank you for tuning in. The majority of this was a very deep conversation. Thank you, Gas Mask, for coming on. Um, yes, our brother has tapped in, and definitely we thank everybody for coming in. We weren't going to be too long tonight. This is just kind of more bearing the heart. This will be reposted on Facebook. We will get it reposted on TikTok and some other platforms. And like I said, we got some announcements coming. So everybody subscribe, follow as much as you can at Darealreel _SCE. That is DAREEL. See, y'all done made me mess it up already. Let's try this again. That is at DAREALREEL _SCE. Thank y'all for being in the building tonight. Thank you again, as always, for your love and your support. We appreciate everything that you have done. Salute to y'all. Peace in the T-Dot streets and the Middle East.
My man.